Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for coming back and checking out my channel. If this is your first video, you should check out and see what all else I have. Right now, I'm actually just sitting in Sam's Club parking lot. I don't know if that actually showed you much or not. I can't see the screen when I do that. Anyhow, I dropped Sean off to grab just a couple of things along with one of the big kids while I ran over to get gas. You know, tag teaming so we can get stuff done and get home before supper today. We decided to come in and get some errands run, making some progress on the direction we are going with our house. And the kid who's with us had art class. So I love that she's taking it. She takes a weekly art class. And that actually brings me to one of the things I want to talk about. So, homeschooling. Seriously, do you know how much it's growing right now? I smile. I can't decide if that should make me happy or not. It does on one hand, and on the other hand, honestly, it makes me sad that so many people are being pushed into that decision. But it's not a bad decision. We have been doing it for 12 years now. No, 11 or 12 years now. I'm gonna have to sit down and do the math. We pulled our oldest out when she was in kindergarten. She is a junior this year, so if you want to do the math on that, feel free. Otherwise, I will do it later. And I should have done it before I started this, huh? Anyhow, we get asked a lot of times, how do you do it? Or comments of, I wouldn't even know where to begin. And I have actually I love to meet with people in person and to go over curriculum as well, but not just curriculum, the laws, so that people can actually know what their rights are. When it comes to making the choice to homeschool, that is the first place you need to start, honestly. A lot of people think, well, what am I going to teach them? How am I qualified? Honestly, before you start any of that, you need to know what your state laws are. One of the best places I can recommend checking is HSLDA's website, which HSLDA stands for the Homeschool Legal Defense. If you are a homeschooler and not a part of that, I highly encourage you to look into it. If the cost is prohibitive, I also suggest you look into your local homeschool groups because there are discounts offered to some local groups. I am part of one in our state that it's a free group to join and there is a discount code. So if anybody has questions about that, please feel free to shoot me a message. I will see what I can to help connect you to somebody. But anyhow, HSLDA on their website has an entire area. You can go into the My State tab. It breaks down every law. It gives a simplified version, not the legal law written version. It gives a translation that breaks it down for you, as well as the links to read the law as it is written. That is where I recommend starting. So, like in our state in South Dakota, first thing is knowing the compulsory attendance ages. They changed that a few years ago. Now, if a child is 5, by September 1st, they can go to school, but they don't have to. However, they do have to go before the age of 7 by September 1st. So basically, I know that sounds confusing, but it gives a 2-year window. So they can start kindergarten when they're 5 or 6, as long as they are that age on September 1st. Compulsory attendance age does also go to 18 now, but there are some exceptions for early graduation and things like that. What the state law also in our state breaks down, it gives a number of hours required to teach. I meant to look that up before I started this video, but I did not. So when I edit this, in fact right now, you should see this right across the bottom of the screen, the number of hours in South Dakota required each year. We only have 2 subjects that are required to be taught, and that is math and language arts. All of the other subjects, while I do highly recommend teaching them, are not required. So also when it comes to testing, you don't have to test in any of those. Also, there is a testing requirement. We did, again, get that changed a couple years ago. So now we only test after 4th, 8th, and 11th grades, any nationally recognized test, or you can take the test through the school if you choose. Now, we do choose to do it separately through Christian Liberty Press, who I prefer just for consistency, because I don't have to worry about the testing changing if the school district changes where they're going with their curriculum or anything like that. Those are the biggest things that a person needs to know. How long you are required to teach for, if it's a certain number of days, certain number of hours, if it's an actual schedule, what subjects are required in your state, and testing requirements, as well as those compulsory attendance ages. Now, there might be some other requirements in there. Every state is slightly different. Some of them require that you actually submit your curriculum choice to the school district, or you have it reviewed by somebody, whether it's a certified teacher or somebody else. There's so many different laws. Every state is so different. So I highly recommend you starting there. Once you know what's required, it actually makes it easier when it comes to finding a curriculum or anything else, because you have an idea of already what you need to look for. If you have to focus on math and language arts, then that's what you're going to focus on, and then you can fill in the gaps with the rest, and it's not as much pressure. If, say, North Dakota requires many subjects, including North Dakota history. I don't fully remember the entire list of the rest. I've looked it up in the past, but I want to say it was like 7 or 8 different subjects. If you have to teach all of those subjects, you need to know that, so that way you can limit your curriculum search to ones that include all of those subjects, or know that you have to piece things together. So that right there really does eliminate some of that stress, while maybe opening up doors for other options. As for curriculum, so many options. I couldn't even begin to tell you. There are online options, book options, co-op options, you name it, there are options. That's where local support groups come in. I also highly recommend getting in touch with a homeschooler in your area. Ask them to tell you what they do, to walk you through it, but ask them, while telling you what they do, to make sure to let you know what others also do. So if it's something everybody does, they can say, okay, this is what you need to do. If it's something they're choosing to do, they can say, this is something we choose to do, others may do this. Anyhow, that's homeschooling. Honestly, that's where it starts. From there, you can make it as big or as simple as you want to. Honestly, kids pick up on so much, they learn so quickly, and homeschooling is one of the most rewarding things we have ever done, because watching our kids learn and those light bulbs go off when they figure things out is so worth it. And now they're back. So perfect timing. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a message. I hope you've enjoyed this. Subscribe to my channel, watch the others. See you later. Have a blessed day.